Guerlain came out with another collaboration with a fashion house. Of course, this collection is in collaboration with Pucci, the Italian designer, fashion designer, Emilio Pucci, his fashion house. So this entire collection is inspired by the marble motif of the Pucci designs, Pucci fashion house designs. So let's check these out. I will give you my final thoughts after showing you, as always, the natural daylight application of all of these pieces from this collection, and I will let you know, is it worth it? So let's jump right in. Hey beauties, welcome back to another fabulous luxury fragrance review. If you are interested in luxury makeup and beauty reviews, high-end and luxury makeup and beauty reviews, you're in the right place. So if you are into that sort of stuff, well, you're in the right place. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that right now before you jump into the video. Really helps me out grow this little community so I can give you bigger and better content. Well, I've got it. I've got the new Guerlain and Pucci makeup collection right here. I got all of the pieces from this collection except for the brush, because I already have that brush in the previous collection. I don't need 500 of them, you guys. You only need like one of those brushes for the Meteorites. I actually have two different versions, and I have the latest version that came with this particular collection as well. The same one that came out with the last collection. So I didn't, buy a new one. There's no point. It's actually more pricey. The same items that came in previous collections, like the eyeshadow quad's more expensive, the brush is more expensive because it's a collaboration with Pucci. So no, there's no need to get, that brush, and besides, only the back of the brush has a little bit of that marble design. And well, the first item I have right here is, of course, the eyeshadow quad, Ombre G eyeshadow quad that came out with the Pucci collection. It says Guerlain X Pucci here. So these colors in this quad, they are obviously inspired by the marble design, the motif of the Pucci designs, of course. So here's the little velvet pouch, and here is that marble design, just like the clothing. Protector out, so I can show you. Obviously it's been dipped into because I just did this makeup look I'm wearing in natural daylight, and I filmed it for you guys. I'll be cutting away to those clips here soon, and all 4 shades in this quad are matte shades. So I thought that was interesting that they chose to do all matte, which is, not a problem, but just given the color story, I think making one of these two really colorful and bright colors, shimmery, might have made it a little bit more wearable. It literally says on the Guerlain website that this quad is for an avant-garde look. As you can see, that's what I created too with it. You cannot really create everyday looks with this quad. As you can see, it is not conducive to creating, a look to go to work or wear around like town. So it's definitely a particular occasion that it would call for. And this color story is super difficult, in fact, to come out with any other look but a super avant-garde look like the look I'm wearing in this video. I created only one look. It's obvious you can put this purple all over the lid and take the black and you can smoke it out on the edges a little bit. That would be one look that you can create. And then you can maybe just use the red one alone on its own with the white to kind of blend it out and make it a little bit lighter and less bright and bold. Sure, you can do a couple more, but there aren't that many options for looks that you can create with this palette. And I think this look is the most colorful and avant-garde and fun look that you can create with this palette. So yeah, so it literally does say on the Guerlain website that the palette is meant for an avant-garde look and the colors are inspired by the Pucci colorful marble motif. So yeah, so let me swatch these just because I have them on my fingers here. Not that swatches really represent the real nature. I mean, as you can see, these are not super like buttery or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't patchy on my lids at all, but it is also not like, it's also not like super thick either. It's a little bit of like a lighter wash, like depending on how you're holding the brush. But I'm going to now cut away to the eye look. I just did this with this palette. As you guys can see, I started with the red color, the red matte shade on a defining brush, and it's like my Sonia G Builder Pro, which is perfect for all over lid colors. So I put that shade almost all over the lid, and then I went directly into the purple color and I created sort of a wing. I defined my outer corner and then I winged it out a little bit to give it like that elongated eye look with the purple. And then I took a very tiny pencil brush. I went into the black, kind of grayish black shade in the palette, and I did my eyeliner with it. Slightly winged out black eyeliner close to my, right on my lash line. And then I made sure that white shade is in the very beginning inner corner of the eye on the lower lash line as well. And of course I highlighted my brow bone too with the white shade, and I lined my lower lash line with that purple shade, and I put the little red color right towards the front of the lower lash. So yeah, that's the eye look, you guys, that I created with this quad. And now we will talk about this right here. This is actually my favorite from the entire collection. This is the Guerlain Terra Cotta bronzer in Marble Sun, and it is the bronzing powder, and it's made out of 96% naturally derived ingredients, it says, and it comes in this little cute little marmor design pouch. And of course it's the standard Guerlain bronzer component, and it says Terra Cotta Marble Sun on the back, and yes, it has a slight scent. Now unfortunately, you guys, I will bring this closer to the camera. You can see that the little light pink design that was in here, like all these lines right here, these parts, these were pink, and it turns out it was an overlay. It was like sprayed over, like oversprayed. It came right off when I used it for the first time. You will see in the cutaway to the daylight application, when I first hold this up to the camera, right before I applied it on my face, you could clearly see the pink little shimmers, the design, but it was an overspray. It was not in the bronzer itself. I like this a lot because it is a blushing bronzer. That's how I would like to put it. because it's like a blush slash bronzer, because you can actually, like especially in the summertime, you can just achieve that sort of sun-kissed, been out in the sun look without using a blush, just by using this bronzer. Give yourself, even like in the winter when you're like really pale, you can use this bronzer to give that sun-kissed look. And then you actually can substitute, like use this product to cover both the bronzer and blush, because it has a little bit of a rosy hue to it, if you ask me. So let me show you a swatch of this. I'm gonna go all over like that, and it doesn't, you know, really show here. I don't know if you can see that pink hue. There is a pink hue to it. I wish I could show you better, so I just swatched it there. Yeah, do you see how kind of peachy pink that is? So yeah, it's a bronzer, but it has a little bit of a pink hue. Like, do you see that? That's all I'm wearing in this video. I didn't intentionally wear a blush in this video. One, I wanted you to see what this looks like on its own. Two, it's kind of like a blushing bronzer, as I just mentioned. So I didn't feel the need to wear a blush. I also did not wear any highlighters because I wanted to show you this kind of glow is the bronzer itself, you guys. I am not wearing any highlighter or any blush. So it has a bit of a glow, which I think is really nice. Like all that glow you see right there, that is from this bronzer. So it's kind of like a slightly glowy bronzer, I want to say. So I really like it. And let me show you now the lipstick that I bought. Obviously, I bought the Pucci case, and then of course the lipstick I had to buy on the side. So I believe with this collection, this is the official Pucci color, or was there another red shade too? I mean, I will say, if you buy the case, Pucci case, you can buy any lipstick color and you can use the Pucci case with it. But this is the Pucci kind of plummy red that came with this collection. Let me give you a little bit of a swatch here. On my hand, I like to use my palm for lipsticks. It has like a bit of a berry, you know, kind of undertone. Like it looks very plummy with a little bit of almost like a raspberry kind of undertone. If you can see that there. It's a cream formula, and it glides on so nice, you guys. It's such a vampy color that's perfect for fall. If you ask me, even more than winter. You know, the witchy colors are perfect for fall time. You know, that was like the best time to wear all the witchy colors like this. It is beautiful, but I am not used to seeing myself with this dark of a plummy color. So it's like at first, you know, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I appreciate how beautiful it looks. And it can look really sophisticated actually without this very colorful avant-garde eye look, which there's nothing that says that you can't just wear the Pucci lipstick with a completely natural eye. You know, by that I mean you can just, you know, highlight your crease with some bronzer, and that is your eye, you know, because you're wearing such a bold lip. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can pair the Pucci lipstick with a completely neutral, natural looking eye look. You could even wear one of those Bobbi Brown type of eye, you know, caviar sticks or whatever you call them. And then just do one and done type of eye look, or you can use like the Chantecaille, for example, the single shadows for a one and done look, and just wear the Pucci lipstick if you don't want to look so super witchy and avant-garde like I look right now. But actually together this kind of looks really cool. You know what this would really go with? Like a steampunk kind of look. This would really work during like October, November, you know, that type of time frame, when you're going out, if you want to have like a really fun witchy look to go out in. But is it practical for every day? Absolutely not. It's a little too much. Can't go to work like this, for sure. But it is, you know, like I said, it's an avant-garde eye quad for avant-garde looks for special occasions only. And by the way, here is the lipstick case, you guys. So this is the marmo design on the lipstick case. And then when you put the lipstick in it, it looks like any other. Right there, that's what it looks like. And if you are a huge fan of this motif and the marmo motif from Pucci, then sure, it's worth getting it. But for me, I don't find it that worth the extra money I'm paying for this design. There are so many other Guerlain cases that I like more than this design. So to me personally, it's not as useful as some of the other designs. I love the fact that there is that beautiful little mirror that you can use inside, which is really, really nice. This is one of the things I love about the Guerlain cases. So it's like 2 mirrors you get in here. One is like a magnifying kind of type mirror, almost. The other one's regular. But like I said, I don't know if you are not a huge fan of Pucci and marmo motif, if this is worth the extra dollars. And it is pretty, but is it that pretty? I mean, like I said, for me personally, there are Guerlain cases, lipstick cases that I adore more than this. For example, the Art Deco, the gold one. I love that one. I have that one. So now the decision is up to you. Do you want to spend, I think this is like $10 more. I think this collection, everything is like pricier than the average, like regular price of these items. I believe like the Guerlain powder is like $10 more. The quad is $10 more. Like it's just everything is $10 more, I think, ish. So, you know, you're really paying for that design, marmo design. So here is the marmo design of the Guerlain Meteorites. So they came out with the Meteorites with this marmo design of the Pucci. And it says Guerlain X Pucci right here on the powder puff. And I like to use a beautiful, silky, feeling soft Japanese brush for application of this, or the Guerlain brush, which I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere, you know, to apply this powder. Right now I'm just going to kind of touch up my oily zones a little bit. This is, remember guys, this is a finishing powder. It is not a setting powder, so don't use it like a setting powder. You just lightly apply it all over your face after you are done with your makeup, basically. So that is the Guerlain Meteorites in the Pucci collection. And actually the Meteorites inside they're not a new shade. It is the number 2 shade that Guerlain already has. Yeah, it is the marmo version of the number 2 cool / rose, which Guerlain already has in so many different designs. So I love these Meteorites. You guys know it looks like a silk veil that blurs everything, and everything looks so bright and beautiful. This Guerlain Meteorites, they're magic. So yeah, you guys, so that is the Guerlain X Pucci collection. Now for my final thoughts. Do I think this collection is worth the extra money? You know, like the quad's more expensive, the Meteorites more expensive just for the premium that they added on for being the collaboration with Pucci and for that marmo design. I'm sure they had to pay something to Pucci for this collaboration. So is it worth it? Like if you're really crazy about that marmo motif, sure. And if you have the money to spare and you do like an avant-garde palette just to wear every now and then, great. But in my opinion, I don't find this palette to be very useful for every day at all, and I highly doubt I would wear this eye look more than a couple times in my lifetime. So I don't see myself reaching for that quad ever really after this video, and maybe once more or so, but that's it. So that's a huge waste, especially considering how much more expensive that quad is. And then this one right here, the Terra Cotta bronzer in Marmo Sando. This is my favorite out of the entire collection because this is unique. This is not pre-existing to Guerlain, although Guerlain has other bronzers with this kind of swirl design. This one in particular has this sort of peachy, blushing pink look. Even though it's a bronzer, and it, you know, it kind of gives you warmth in the most beautiful way. So I do love the uniqueness of this bronzer, and I do think it's worth it. And you know, I get to have that really fun little pouch. But if I took the pouch off, then it's just the Guerlain, you know, component that you get with any other bronzer. So that's a little silly considering like you will probably never keep this pouch with it. I'm like a little disappointed why they didn't put this Marmo design right on the actual component. That seemed like a little bit of a shortcut in my opinion, so that they don't have to invest more in printing this design to this component. When you're charging people this much money, like $100 almost per piece here, you can make that happen. Now, for me, this pouch might disappear somewhere, and then I'm just left with the Guerlain Terra Cotta bronzer that looks like any other one I have in my collection, yet I paid more for it, right? It is a little silly, but I love the unique shade of that bronzer, so that's why I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. And then as for the Meteorites, there again, you guys, you're paying more for this Marmo motif is all you're doing. And I already have this shade in a different design. The last collection Guerlain came out with, the summer collection. So I don't really see a need for anyone to really buy the same shade that Guerlain. This is a permanent shade that's always there in this particular design, unless you're a huge fan of Pucci and you want to have that Pucci design on your Meteorites, okay? As far as the lipstick case goes, as I said, you guys, really it's about whether you are a huge Pucci fan and a huge fan of this Marmo design or not. To me, there are other lipstick cases from Guerlain I would rather spend my money on. But of course, I spent money on all this stuff for you guys, for the sake of the channel. If I didn't have a channel, I probably wouldn't be purchasing any of this from this collection, the Pucci, except for the Terra Cotta Marmo Sun bronzer. That would be the only piece that I buy from this collection, you guys. So those are my final thoughts. I hope this is helpful to you guys in deciding whether this is an important investment or not. When it's this expensive, it's kind of an investment, you know what I mean? So probably I helped you save some of your cash. It is a beautiful collection. I love the motif, but is it worth all the extra dollars, even more expensive than the regular pieces that are the same from Guerlain? No, not in my opinion. The only one that's worth, in my opinion, buying is the Terra Cotta blush in Marmo Sun, only because of the unique kind of pinky, blushing pink nature of it that I love so much. But it was a bit of a disappointment to realize that the pink design was an overspray. So let me know down in the comment section what you think about this collection. Is it a little too much, a little out there, too avant-garde, waste of money? What do you think? Did you get anything from this collection? Let me know down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Really helps me grow this community. And of course, don't forget to ring that notification bell, because if you don't ring it, doesn't matter that you're subscribed, YouTube won't let you know when I upload, especially since I don't have particular set upload days and times. I try to upload a video at the beginning of the week and the end of the week, but there's no particular day that I try to stick or time. So If you click the notification bell, you will be notified when I upload. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and other social media. Hop on over to my more established fragrance channel, Salon Cleo, where I will be uploading this Thursday a massive fragrance haul again, including some fabulous niche fragrances that you don't want to miss. So stay tuned for that. Get on over there, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and support me there as well. I will see you guys in my next video.